Sigh. Is it just me? Or does it feel like whenever we dare to dream big in the NBA offseason, reality just comes crashing down? We talk about blockbuster moves, game-changing superstars, and then the numbers hit you. The contracts, the assets, the sheer impossibility of making the puzzle pieces fit. And right now, that feels especially true for the Golden State Warriors, a team desperately trying to maximize the precious remaining years of Stephen Curry's unparalleled career. They need to swing for the fences, right? But what if the fences are just too high and the pitching is just too tough? 4 months now, the whispers have been out there, growing louder with every passing day. Could the Golden State Warriors somehow miraculously position themselves to acquire a true two-way MVP-level force like Giannis Antetokounmpo if he were ever to become available for Milwaukee? The thought of Giannis alongside Steph Curry? It's the stuff of championship fantasies, an immediate elevation back to the very top tier of title contenders. Giannis, still in his absolute prime at 30, coming off a season averaging over 30 points, nearly 12 boards, and 6 assists on a Bucks team that wasn't exactly lighting the world on fire around him. Imagine that engine driving the Warriors' attack. But then the cold, hard truth arrives, delivered by someone who knows the NBA's salary cap and roster construction inside and out. NBA insider Bobby Marks, speaking on ESPN's Get Up. And Marks didn't mince words. He essentially threw a wet blanket on the entire Giannis-to-Warriors dream. Why? Because according to Marks, there is simply no plausible scenario, financially or from an asset perspective, where the Warriors could acquire Giannis and keep their core of Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, and Jimmy Butler together. Marks put it bluntly, how it would happen is you're likely trading Jimmy Butler 3 or Draymond Green in a trade. That's how it happens. There's not a scenario where you can fit Giannis and also keep the other 3 players there. Think about the implications of that for a second. You want Giannis? You have to give up either Jimmy Butler, whom you just acquired and signed to a massive 2-year, $110 million extension to ensure his happiness and commitment, or Draymond Green, the emotional heart and defensive anchor of this dynasty, a player whose contributions to the organization are frankly immeasurable and who is still under contract for at least 2 more years with a player option. Dealing Butler would be incredibly complex, not just because of the recent extension designed to keep him happy in Golden State, but also because of his history of influencing his destination. Remember the rumors that he steered clear of Milwaukee in the initial sweepstakes that brought him to the Warriors? While unconfirmed, it highlights the potential difficulty of moving a player of his stature who seems content where he is. And Draymond? Trading Draymond Green feels almost sacrilegious to the Warriors faithful. He's synonymous with their success, the defensive quarterback, the vocal leader. While his contract, 4 years, $100 million, with the final year a player option, is significant, his value to the culture of the team goes beyond the numbers. Bobby Marks' analysis serves as a stark reminder. While on paper, you might look at the salaries and think, okay, it's tight, but maybe? Marks is saying it's not just tight, it's impossible to fit Giannis's massive contract alongside Curry, Green, and Butler. The math simply doesn't work under the current CBA rules without sacrificing one of those other foundational pieces. For fans dreaming of a Big Four super team in Golden State, this assessment from a respected insider is a significant, potentially insurmountable hurdle. It's the cold, hard wall that blocks the most exciting path forward. So, if the dream of acquiring Giannis appears dead in the water due to financial and roster constraints, where does that leave the Warriors in their quest to improve? Well, if the big impossible splash is off the table, perhaps a more practical, necessary move is on the horizon. And that brings us to another area the Warriors are reportedly focusing on, adding an athletic big man. The team's approach seems to be subtly shifting. While they've had immense success with their small ball philosophy, the challenges they faced last season, slower defensive switches, less consistent outside shooting, suggest a potential pivot might be needed. This creates a clear need for size and athleticism in the frontcourt. We've heard names linked to them, from established veterans like Brook Lopez to other trade candidates like Kristaps Porzingis, showing the front office is actively exploring options. Currently, The Warriors have young bigs like Tracy Jackson-Davis and Quinton Post. Both are interesting prospects, but reports suggest the team might be willing to use Jackson-Davis as a trade chip to land a more established, athletic center. With that in mind, a potential trade proposal has emerged that makes a lot of sense for both sides, sending Atlanta Hawks big man Onyeka Okongwu to Golden State. Here's the proposed deal. Golden State Warriors receive Onyeka Okongwu. Atlanta Hawks receive Moses Moody, Tracy Jackson-Davis, 2026 first-round pick. For the Warriors, Okongwu represents that athletic, versatile big man they need. While Quinton Post might offer some stretch-five ability, Okongwu provides a different dimension. Tremendous athleticism, the ability to run the floor, and a genuine lob threat. At 24, he's still developing, but has shown significant upside, particularly as a presence around the rim and in the pick-and-roll game. Last season, he averaged 13.4 points and 8.9 rebounds on efficient 56.7% shooting. While his three-point shooting isn't a major part of his game, only 2 attempts per game, his value lies in his finishing, rebounding, and defensive effort. Okongwu could potentially step into a role similar to what Kevin Looney has provided, perhaps even excelling coming off the bench against opposing second units, where his athleticism could be a real difference-maker. It's a move that aligns with the potential shift towards developing younger frontcourt talent, while adding a proven, albeit still developing commodity. Now, why would the Atlanta Hawks do this? Atlanta is stuck in NBA purgatory, too good to tank, not good enough to truly contend, despite having an all-star guard in Trae Young. They need to shake things up and add depth. This trade offers them solid reinforcements and assets. Moses Moody could be a significant addition for the Hawks. He's shown flashes of being a valuable two-way player in Golden State, but minutes have been inconsistent. His averages of 9.8 points and 2.6 rebounds don't fully reflect his potential. At 22, he's steadily improved, and a move to Atlanta could provide him with the increased minutes needed to truly break out. At just $11.5 million with 3 years left on his deal, he's a valuable, cost-controlled asset who brings hard-nosed effort. He could compete for a starting spot or provide valuable depth. Tracy Jackson-Davis also fits Atlanta's potential timeline, especially if Clint Capella leaves in free agency. Jackson-Davis is a very similar player to Okongwu, an athletic big man with upside who could pair well with Trae Young in the pick-and-roll. He didn't get huge minutes last season, 15.6 per game, so his averages of 6.6 points and 5.0 rebounds don't tell the whole story. He'd get a real opportunity for significant minutes in Atlanta. Adding a young center like Jackson-Davis aligns with building around their star guard. Plus, getting a 2026 first-round pick gives Atlanta another valuable asset to continue reshaping their roster, potentially finding another piece like Zachary Rizicher, who they had success with in the recent draft. So, while the Okongwu trade isn't the earth-shattering, title-guaranteeing move that acquiring Giannis would theoretically be, it's a practical step that addresses a clear roster need for the Warriors and provides the Hawks with valuable young players and a future asset. It signals a potential shift in Golden State's strategy, perhaps focusing on building out their wing depth. The report mentions interest in DeAnthony Melton and creating future financial flexibility. If Jonathan Kuminga were also moved, it could even open up cap space down the line to pursue a different kind of star. It's a move that facilitates future developments, even if it doesn't immediately put them back in the championship conversation. It's the reality of team building in the NBA when the biggest dreams are blocked by insurmountable obstacles. So, what's your take on all this? Are you disappointed the Giannis dream seems impossible, or do you think a move like trading for Onyeka Okongwu is the smart, realistic play for the Warriors right now? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you appreciated this deep dive into the Warriors' offseason challenges and opportunities, please hit that like button. Your support helps us keep bringing you these exclusive reports. We'll be right here, covering every twist and turn of the NBA offseason.